My lords, my ladies, our presence has been graced by people of highborn society, by people whose blood runs through the house of Valeria, ladies and gentlemen. First, let me introduce you to the lady of Valeria. The lady. It's the homie, Miss Lady K.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, Miss Lady K, I'm so sad. My cousin died. I don't know who's going to protect
another
me.
cousin, right?
The Greens is trying to take over. What? Rhaenyra done told me because I'm not a good babysitter. I can't bring my hood ass back to Dragonstone. What am I to do? Can I come to Driftmark?
Oh, you're always welcome at Driftmark, cousin.
Thank you, my lady. My lady. And you know, in true Targaryen blood, when I get there, I want to give you a big hug when I see you, when I get to Driftmark. Yes. But ladies and gentlemen, not to be outdone by the lady Valerian, we have a real deal life Black Targaryen. It's the homie Lex the Targaryen, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm trying to get this hair out my face, honey. Like,
me too. Like, I'm in here eating hair. I'm like, this stuff tastes good. And I'm trying to do it when they don't see it. But I'm like, this stuff just get everywhere, all up in your mouth. Golly. Jesus.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Lex? How you feeling tonight?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We are great. I am so glad to have my aficionados on this story here. And as we get this thing rolling, we're going to make a lot of fun of a lot of people in this episode. But I would love to get the perspectives from you two, my ladies, on how you felt about this episode. And I'll start first with you, Ms. K. What was your thoughts on this episode overall, and where do you feel like they're going with the story?
Oh my gosh, I thought that it was, like, to be honest, the best episode yet. There was so much emotion in this episode like never before.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite person to be, I mean, look, I definitely have to give the MVP to Viserys.
Yes.
But what's the second runner-up situation? Like, what is the name for one of those people? Like, we can't do supporting actor because they're, but the wingman, the whatever the heck, is definitely gonna go to Damon, because he was just like right there, right? And so I just loved his oh my gosh, guys, I loved his emotion and everything. Normally I come and I have it pinned up and all that stuff, but I was trying to give like Bela, and it's just not working.
I'm learning my lesson too. I'm gonna have to start pinning I pin some of it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I got some of it pinned, right? But I ain't pin enough.
I gotta get the Valerian twist.
I was trying to give Bela. You know how Bela has her hair like it's kind of like parted in the middle, and then like that.
We gotta do the twist, like she said, Miss K. We gotta get the
Valerian twist. Don't twist like Raina had. I was like, no. I was like, child. I understand you trying to, rep your granddaddy and all, but that's not cute on you. You need to
wait a minute.
You need to look like your mama, my cousin. You need to look more like my cousin, my dear cousin Lena. I'm over here fixing it all in front of y'all.
Me too. You ain't like that.
Look at that. What the frick is that mop with? What the heck is going on?
It looked like
her sisters looks better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That looked like somebody that's harvesting some bees or something. You doing some bees?
Yeah, right.
That's because Rhaenyra doing her hair. She don't know how to do Valerian hair.
But her sister just let her hair grow just the natural. She locked it up.
Yeah, her sister is living with the grandmother, so she has more. I feel like she has more of that kind of like polished look, and the other sisters with Damon. So I mean, lock your hair.
But Damon got the regular straight hair. You know what I'm saying?
Because he ain't got that.
She could have rocked her curls just like her mom and her sister. Rock your curls, and your cousin, your big cousin over here.
Yeah, no, they're cute.
So Lex, how did you feel about this episode? And where do you think they're taking us for these final 2 episodes? I can't believe this is over with already. We feel like we just met you, Lex.
Yeah, it's 12 out of... Well, I'm not going nowhere. Y'all know I'm going to be here. But 12 out... I get this episode a 12 out of 10 for sure. Mm-hmm. And it's literally every week it gets better. The House of the Dragon so far, it's not even done. Like, it's way better than the first season of Game of Thrones. I'm proud to say it. Like, I love it. It's really just like... But last Sunday's episode was just like... Oh my goodness! Like Viserys is living. We can say what we want about Viserys, but one thing he gonna do is step for his only child.
He did.
That's right. What he said.
My only child.
What I tell y'all before, we got them duty children, and we got them children made out of love. And you know, I just thought that I would toot my own horn and say, flap the paper. I was right about both my death predictions.
Ladies and gentlemen. If you're new to my show, I always take predictions on things that's going to happen. So let me make sure we give Lex the Targaryen, who, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, she has insider information. Look at her last name for crying out loud. She already knew. So it really don't count, but we're going to give it to her anyway. Look up there what she said. Episode 8, Vaemon died. King died.
That ain't no hard guess. The heck? I ain't giving her no props. You know how I am.
You are so mean over there, my Valerian sister. What crawled in your beak?
Civil War. Keep it going.
Civil War. Keep it going. I can't with y'all, man.
Lex, you frozen, girl. What the heck happened?
I think we lost her. Just when she was getting her victory lap. Come on back in here, Lex, when you get ready. So
get in here, girl.
I gotta ask your opinion of this, Miss K. I played it earlier, but I gotta know what was going through your brain. So we had Vaemon, who's making this claim for Driftmark simply because the brother's injured. The man on my shirt is injured somewhere out there. Been gone 6 years. He has been away from his.
Your shirt, my uncle. What up, uncle?
Yeah, your uncle on the shirt now. He's been gone for 6 years, Miss K. You know, ain't nobody been getting up in Rainey's for 6 years. She's starting to feel lonely, Miss K.
Of course, they would take a Targaryen to take it there, right? She ain't getting them for 6 years.
I mean, this is life. Okay? Just because this is life. And we have Lex the Targaryen back to back me up, okay?
Wi-Fi's a player hater right now.
Let me tell you something, Lex. These Valerians will pop off out their mouth, and us Targaryens have got to put them right back.
That quick.
You done missed it because Miss Valerian K just be popping off at the mouth, and you saw what happened when you bring a Valerian, a black one, in a room full of white Targaryens, and hell, we might as well say black too, because we highborn too.
Yeah, you know.
Are you nice?
That's true, you know. But us Valerians, we kind of tend to just say what's on our minds, you know. We can't help it because what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
Even if what you say what's on your mind might have your mind literally on the floor.
See, I'm not with that. Excuse me. He needed more backup, bro.
Right, that's what I was like. Come on,
Stupid freaking idiot. He was an idiot, yo.
Yes.
I'm just playing around, but I definitely thought that he got what he deserved. I'm not gonna lie.
He did, because he played it wrong. Like I get that he did have a claim to the throne, but the way he tried to play it was just not. He didn't do it strategically.
No.
At all. I think we lost the Targaryen again.
Again. And then he's gonna say, what did he say? Just call him a liar, not a liar. He said, "Oh, you break law and all this, and call this man's daughter a whore and them bastards and all that."
Oh, let me show you the clip, Miss K. Okay. Of course, I've got the footage so that you can react to it. Let me give you the full footage. You'll even see Viserys' old ass trying to pull out that dagger, looking crazy. He wasn't gonna cut nobody. He couldn't cut a turtle if he was in a foot race. But let me show it to you anyway.
Say it. Our children are bastards! And she is a whore.
Have your tongue for that.
He can keep his tongue.
Disarm him!
Money.
That was
He
so
can keep
funny to
his
me.
tongue. Like, what in the heck is happening here?
Miss Gay, they said disarm him. He was like, no need.
No need. I did what I had to do. What you talking about? I was just waiting for my brother to say what. That's all. That was how Damon was acting. Like, I was just waiting for my brother to say the word, and I was right here to carry it out. Boom. Because I'm not waiting for y'all.
And damn it, Miss K, he carried that shit the hell out. Do you hear me? Yeah. Like, off with his head. When Vayman walked in there, he started doing that grandstand. Did you, when he walked in there and started grandstanding that way, did you know that he was going to die in that moment, or you felt like it was going to be later on?
No, I did think he was going to die, especially because Viserys was there and Damon was there. And I was just like, oh yeah, it's definitely going down because this dude is going to be disrespectful. I just saw it coming. Like, he's going to be disrespectful.
Are you liking the way that they're setting up the great value Damon to have a zeal and a thirst for violence and blood and gore? Did you see the way he was looking after they off Vayman? His homeboy like he had the first nut of his life. That's him. The minute they sliced off Vayman's head, like, he was like, oh,
he loves it.
Yes. How are you
I want to be just like you.
Now, you saw when Damon had to step in at that dinner to just tell him to chill his ass out, right? You saw him step in and do that.
Oh my gosh, I love Damon. He's just so like, it's just
he's
all
the dude
about
now.
action. Yeah,
he's that dude now. Now that he's beyond that stage in his life where he was kind of wilding out, he's got that subtle, aggressive, and I'll get your ass, you won't see it coming about himself now, which I think is needed to help Rhaenyra. But are you liking the way they're developing this particular character right here, Aemon?
Yeah, you know, Aemon is Aemon. I know some people like him or whatever, but at the end of the day, he's Team Green, so I ain't got no love for him.
It's like that. You mean to tell me Team Green can't get no sympathies from you? No, nothing flattery, not even Alicent?
Never ever.
My lady, let's talk about this. Let's talk about Alicent. Have you paid attention to how this have you paid attention to how this young lady has, since Viserys has been sick, done start decorating the kingdom with this Faith of the Seven bull jive and the 7 stars and the heart? And obviously the show is sprinkling in some of those elements of faith that we saw from the original Game of Thrones and how they tried to involve themselves. Yeah. So how do you feel about Alicent and what they're doing with the Faith of the Seven?
I like how they're using her to like bring it in there and all that. But I thought, I mean, I haven't finished everything, but I thought that was really Baelor the Blessed who got all up into that and turned the realm into like a real freaking religious type of thing. But hey, that's fine. You know, I didn't know it came from her. I don't know if this is a book thing or if it's her, you know, in the show. But I'm just not buying none of it.
What?
You know?
What?
Look, what's her name? Rhaenyra. She already called her out last week's episode 6 years ago. When she says like, how does it feel to finally like come up out of that righteous cloak you were under, you know, or whatever she said. Just basically letting it be known that you've been hiding under this cloak of righteousness, trying to act like you were so pure and all of that. And we know that you really wasn't. Like, how does all that weight feel to get off of you now?
Exactly.
You know?
And not to mention, doesn't it seem ironic that some of the very things she got on Rhaenyra about is now coming to bite her in the ass with her own damn son, Aegon?
Yeah. And yet she still pushes his claim. And he has no freaking claim.
None. And see, that's the part.
That's
That's the part that we both know. even though she got it wrong at the end when Viserys died this episode, thinking that he was talking to her when he thought he was talking to Rhaenyra.
Yes.
She has known this whole time that that man has solidified that seat, Miss K, for his daughter. And you still out here being a snake trying to push Aegon II, who is a horrible human being. He's cheating on your daughter, who is his wife. You got babies, and he's out here getting servant girls pregnant, and you up here giving servant girls milk of the poppy tea, moon tea, and telling them to leave and giving them bags of money. How is you any different from what you try to say about Rhaenyra?
Right. And then the whole tea thing, right? You're using the whole tea thing, but then you had something to say, or you were so pissed off when you heard about Rhaenyra and the tea and all it. Like, girl, and then the thing about it is, if you feel this way, then now you should not be trying to push for your son to be on the throne.
Exactly. Is that, and she's not trying to do any of that, you know. No. And so here's the question at this moment, Miss K. Before Viserys died, and it became like faith and duty to Alicent, what was the motivating factor for her to get her son on the throne? Because we've seen pieces and glimpses throughout these last couple of episodes and through these 6 years where she still seems to kind of have love for Rhaenyra. So what is the motivation to get her, what's a nice way for me to call her son a badass? What's the motivation for this mother to get her son on the throne when she know he's not ready for it? It's not his right. So what was her motivation prior to Viserys dying?
I think it's just the fact that they're her kids, and she's married to the king, so she just feels like she would rather her kids be on the throne. In the book, it doesn't even it doesn't express why. It just says that's what she wanted, like, to be one of like the ladies in power, if you will. I'm not saying the exact words that they use, but just that power, and ensuring that her kids had that spot. Now in the show, it seems like she was all into the righteous way of doing things until her father said that her children were the ones that would probably be killed if Rhaenyra ascends to the throne, so it could strengthen her claim. But it was like, that's just something you throwing out there.
Right. What the...
So it was like, it made it seem like she went this route for protection of her children. And, after hearing what her father said, and then hearing what Clubfoot said, and then finding out through Sir Kristen about that whole situation. And now she's so pissed off, and now I'm wearing green now. I'm declaring war. Like, it's just so corny to me.
It is straight corny. Lex the Targaryen say it with me. Hip crit.
Yes.
And say it with your chest out and exclamation marks, and say it loud, ladies and gentlemen. Hip crit. Well said, Miss K.